Hello,
Hey friends, it's me, Cynthia,
and Azalea.
and we're joining you for a fun bonus live
A
on this
bonus
one
Wednesday.
Wednesday. So today we're going to do a fun tutorial on 3D felting that is a little different from what we did on Sunday, which is a landscape 2D type felting, which was pretty fun. And we have a few gemstone lots that we unearthed from the hoard.
The Horde.
It's not really a hoard, but you know, it's a big collection. We'll say it's a collection.
I'm excited to get into the felting. I used to make little animals out of felt. And little horses, I would make wire armatures and felt their little bodies on.
You
It's
did.
a lot of fun. Felting is like endless possibilities. You can make anything with that. All you need is that needle and that big, nice, dense foam pad.
Can you go get that other stand? This one's making me crazy.
Oh, my big one?
Wendy, we did not get the car yet. We are on our way. Azalea's gonna.
We're going to switch stands.
We're gonna
'cause this
switch
one is
stands
not
because this
good.
one's making me crazy. Hello, June. Hello, Nilda.
There you go. This one does not move at all. This one's
Don't
sturdy.
tighten it because I won't be able to get it loose.
There you go. It's easy.
Oh, good. All right. So this is what I did last time on Sunday. Azalea, do you want to get any of the things around to show? Oh, here's one here. That I made. I can
Anything
show this.
felted?
There, underneath that table over there is some of those things that were on the wall. You remember that? The tiger. So look at this one. This is a little cat that I felted. It's just a simple cat face. This is 3D felting. I was going to actually make this into kind of like a doll, maybe. You know. Sew it to a stuffed animal body. I think that would be pretty cute. And this is what I did on Sunday. I went back after the fact and did a little bit more, but I don't know if I left, like I didn't trim it or finish it. Yeah, it's underneath here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Can't put anything in here.
Azalea's just walking back and forth. I was like, go underneath for the items. Or maybe it's not in there. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I don't see.
Yeah, you know, it came out pretty good. Came out all right. That was one thing I showed, or well, we showed some of the other, and this book that came. I'm not going to show the book again.
I love this cat face she made. It's so, the eyes are so small and far apart. It looks a little bit humanish. Just looks like my cat, Peanut, or Buttercup, but I call her Peanut, and she's got very, very far apart eyes. The widest nose bridge I've ever seen on a cat, just like this, and she makes a humanish face, just like that, looking disgruntled and disapproving all the time. It's cute. I love it. I made one a couple years ago. My mom had this. She has this book for felting cat faces, and my friend came over and we made one. And I made one with a very big, firm muzzle.
I think I want to make another cat.
You should. I love the cats. You should try to make Marty with him big muzzle and
I'm going to show this one.
Sweet face.
I could get back on that, but it looks so raggedy.
looks like one of the cats got it. This is the rabbit she was making of our rabbit who passed a long time ago. But this is really expert level.
Nah, that has
Look at the face.
it has
It's
what you call
so
it
cute.
on it.
It's got the lint because it used to be all firm, but I think one of the cats got on it.
No,
Look at that
I was
little
trying to
tail.
cover it with.
The
There's a
foot.
technique to cover it. That's more like.
Display it like those cat shows. They're like nice and cobby,
Yeah, to
round, tail shape, nice, firm thighs. Display it like a cat. It's pretty cute.
Nice.
It has a wire armature. You bend that?
Yeah,
so
it doesn't. It needs a. It looks so. I look at it now and I'm like, man.
You could easily fix it. I mean, it's a really good foundation. You just add a little more and tidy it up right here. Just got roughed on.
It sure did.
That's real tender and cute.
Yeah, Shuri, my rabbit was a Rex. This is super fine merino. Sometimes you can buy it. I compulsively buy these.
You know, I like that pink.
These packs of wool. Like the amount I have, it's almost.
How smooth.
I get it, and then I store it.
It's
You
not
never
even-
know when you'll need more wool.
It's not even pilly or linty. This stuff is so fancy and smooth. It looks already felted, like perfectly.
Well, that's the type of wool. So there's different
Satisfying.
types. Some are blended, some are more
Got
coarse.
some good colors in
I
here.
feel like the merino, it doesn't want to felt all the time. It wants to kind of make clumps. It's the same with silk. Silk doesn't want to felt. This kind, I think they call it super fine merino. I wouldn't have thought that was merino. I would have thought it was like, I don't have all those memorized. I want to say there's one called, I was like, is it Wensleydale? But that's a cheese.
I don't know.
There's different kinds of wool. As many types of goats and things and sheep. All those different things felt differently. Their coarseness of their hair will determine how well they'll felt. This felt really good. This felt like, I don't even know. It felt fast. So when I say fast, I should just say faster. Felting is not fast. There's no part of it that's fast. I'm gonna make a cat head.
I can't stop
So that
looking
you
at that
can-
cat head and him muzzle like that.
There's a tiger. I was
So
I
cute.
can't find. I don't know what I did with it, but I had a container. Check those back shelves. Maybe they get put on that back shelf.
What do you need me for?
There's remember we bought those taxidermy heads?
Oh, from No Sick?
No sick. So these are paddles. They come in two sizes. I got these at this one at the Southeastern Animal Fiber Arts Festival. And then a couple days ago, we went to an estate sale in Hendersonville, and I got these for $20. So happy. It's, I don't know what you call this. It's kind of like a huge Velcro, the type that it has those little hooks. But what this is for is blending or carding if you're going to spin. A couple different ways you can roll this. You can roll it, or I say roll. The action is rolling my wrists. And you can make it where it's kind of fluffy, like this it kind of looks like cotton candy. It for real does look like cotton candy. And then this is a little bit of that shimmery. It's a very fine shimmer. A very fine. I kind of want to learn to spin this to make a hat. I'm not going to spin it. I tell ya, I took a class on using a drop spindle. And it took me about 2 hours to get. These are kind of heavy. I'm gonna put these in. This is for more. It's like you need a little bit more room. I'll put that aside for a second. So I'm gonna blend. I have these colors. Well, that's what I get for putting that on a slanted box and being all surprised that it fell. I'm gonna take a little bit. I think I'm going to flip this. What do you think, daughter? Let's flip it. You know
Yeah.
it's good. Or actually, we'll flip in a second because this is kind of tricky to show.
You still need this?
Not yet. Or no.
What am I
I'm gonna
doing?
put. So it has kind of. This is it's like a cotton fibers. It's the length of the fiber or the staple.
That's satisfying. You do. You just throw it on there and pull it off.
And it wants to be in these little kinds of I don't know, clumps, I guess. Strips.
It's like gradient.
Well, that's how long the fur is cut. And then they put it in a machine called a drum carder, I believe. I don't know that part, the whole process. I've seen it. We've gone over to Echo View, which is now closed. It's a pretty cool fiber place in town. And so this, you can blend it. So this is what that looked like. This is the dye. So they lay it. It usually comes in white or whatever color. Let me see if I can tilt this up so it's not. Alright. I'm going to make a cat, I think. I think they like that color. Now, if you look at this is going to show some of these types of wool were just put on there very temporarily until I could add on to it and pin it down. And so it got kind of pilly because it was in a box with all that other stuff. And I haven't touched this in probably 10 years. Wouldn't you say about 10 years? I made it so it could be posable. Because this is actually like life size of my rabbit. Maybe a little bit smaller. There's a technique to punch in the hair. And it's pretty labor intensive. It's really labor intensive. It'll look like hopefully, if you do it right, it should look like an actual rabbit.
You start from the back and go up to the front, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like hair punching. If you've
yeah, you start at the bottom and move
if you've ever made a wig or anything. Back in my younger days, I worked for a haunted house mask company. We made latex masks and like bodies and things for the haunted house industry. And one of the things that you learned to do was punch hair into the latex, because that was the way to make it look like very realistic. So that was when I learned that it was called, you're punching hair. All right. This is, I kind of fluffed this and made it into kind of a mass. Now, if I were to do wet felting, there's a completely different way to use these tools. And you would want to keep these kind of like this, how I'm, whatever you would call this bundle. Strips? What would you call that, Azalea? When you need to lay these down, if you're doing wet felting or adding this, you could take this like this. And that's how you could lay them. I'll do wet felting because that's really fun. I could wet felt all day long. We make boots and slippers with it during, like, for Christmas. And it makes a good hat. I made a Halloween hat, or a witch hat, a few years ago. And you would lay it like this. You have these little bundles, and you could lay them and spread them out, and you could do a really beautiful gradient of color. Now, this is good when you're doing it, when you bunch it like this and kind of make a fluffy mass, because it'll felt a little bit faster and more like it'll like in a denser kind of arrangement. I'll show it. I'll demonstrate that. Okay, I'm going to flip this camera. Let me see if I can get that to go fast. We are still, you know what, Azalea and I ordered 2 different, sorry, all that sewing stuff.
I was working on some projects, messing around, of course.
All right, is that? Get all this other business out of the way. I'm trying to get it to go into the right designation. Vertical or horizontal. Is that thing coming loose?
Yeah, here we go. Y'all are so patient.
Someday I'm going to find the perfect setup. But
technology can be difficult.
Well,
if you don't, screw you over. Like Camo, we thought was going to save our lives, and it's
you know what? It would be good if we had everything was Mac, but since we don't have everything in like.
Mac is not as great as people make it out to be.
Well, it was not good because we did have a MacBook Pro. I'm going to do some of this mushroom color. It's like Marty's back foot fur.
My son.
They're not allowed up here right now.
I think one of them is up here right now.
Nobody should be up here. I want them getting into stuff. I think I'll mix this to add a little bit of warmth. This is really fun, flicking this over there.
Oh, it looks fun. You're enjoying it.
I do. Remember when we first got these, you and Lily were blending all these different colors?
Horse colors.
So to keep them, if you wanted to keep them in strips in the staple length, you would just keep combing it back and forth. Maybe go this direction. Actually, I wouldn't go that direction. If you want to keep the staples in line for wet felting, you would keep running it back and forth like that to blend it. And it blends pretty fast, you can see that. And I'm going to kind of mull it around a little bit, and that'll have it felt even faster. And then we'll needle felt a little cat face. I think a cat face would be fun. Okay, I say that. We'll see. Felting is not super fast, but we can at least get some of that going.
Get the base of it.
We'll get the basics.
Wendy asked if you have a form to start. I think she was referring to the rabbit.
Though I started with an armature of pipe cleaners. Now, the wool is not super cheap. It averages, like this bundle here, 4 ounces. at $12. I must have bought this a while ago because I think that's pretty inexpensive for that. You could use we have some of this fiber fill that we found that was brown to stuff like, I'm not really sure why it was brown. I guess to just be contrasty if you're doing a plushie. All right, I think I'll do it with this color. I think I'll start, like I want to make another one of like this. We'll leave that there. And let's see, that looks pretty good. Now I kind of am tempted to use my machine, but this is one of the needles. If you look very carefully, you can see it has little barbs. This is another one.
They're easy to break.
They're very easy to break if you go like this and then bend. So you would want to keep it up and down. Keep your fingers out of the way.
And there's different types of needles.
All different types of needles. There's like, some are better for doing like this. This is kind of where I want to go very quickly. I have a little machine. It's a felting machine. And it's much faster than I can go. Okay, I'm going to get it out. It's pretty fun. It doesn't sound great though, so you'll have to bear with me with the sound. And for some reason, they put on it the most delicate cord that keeps getting tangled up. Like whoever designed it made this cord. Look at this cord.
So tender.
I know. The heck. All right. See, that's like a tattoo machine. Okay, I'm going to go straight at it. Let me go this way. I don't want it. It's like a tattoo gun. Maybe. I'm kind of scared to put my fingers in there. You can see how fast it felt. Alright. That kind of sound kind of making me a little bit crazy. Alright, I'm going to smash it a little bit. Look at this. I do this to my cat's hair.
I do that to Marty's face.
And he does not love it. I'm going to put his eyes and shape it. Make some ears. This color, I don't know. What color is this cat going to be? Kind of a mushroom
Marty
color.
That's Marty's color. You just need some white on the chin.
He's not really mushroom colored.
He is a little bit. He's golden brown.
He's a golden brown, but not, I wouldn't say mushroom colored.
I've never seen a mushroom colored.
A British short hair, I think they call that color cinnamon. Or lilac. It's lilac. I do watch those, what do you call it, cat competitions. I don't know how you get to be a cat judge. That's what I want to know, is how you get that job.
Ideal career. All you have to do is hold a cat. And
Describe it. Describe it. I could describe a cat. If its body is cobby or not.
Cobby body.
Now I'm lifting it because if you saw that, it pushes fibers into the foam. So you don't want it to, you want to lift it up every once in a while so it doesn't attach too firmly to your base. Otherwise you have to cut it off. See that?
Wendy would like to know where you got your wool and tools.
Well, if you have a yarn store, a lot of yarn stores will carry felting equipment. I have gotten many on Etsy, or if there's a fiber festival, I particularly love going to a fiber festival. That's the best. Maybe we'll make it kind of a fantasy cat. Would that be dumb?
No, it'd be cute.
Let's use some of this brown. Is that too much?
Make it more like Marty.
Mm-hmm. I need some. I need a little bit of some pale cottony white. Can you get me some? Like a really soft white color, creamy. I'm gonna put some of that in there. Maybe we'll do his cheeks that color. It's over this way. Here. My bag of wool. I have a little bit of pink I can use for the ears. Maybe I'll put a little bit in there now. Oh, that has that fantasy film in there. I don't want that pink.
Want some pineapple?
Pineapple? No, that won't work. Let me show it though. Let me show it.
Soft.
So every time I go to the fiber show, I get some of these different fibers. This is 100% pineapple. I know, weird, huh? Look at this. And it has a really weirdly long staple. Look how long that it's. I don't know how you would even. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know what I'd do with it. Oh, Hobby Lobby has some. Michael's has a little tiny bit.
I thought this was the one that
That's
was made
silk.
out of rose.
Nope, I don't want that. Oh, let me show it. So I also, look at this one. This one's rose fiber. How do they make this? It looks like silk. It's not silk. It's made from...
This is the white in this bag. It's all silky.
Let me see that one too. Oh, this one's pearl fiber.
All right, here you go. This might work.
That's it. This will work. This is merino. And I'll just pull off a chunk of this. So silky. It's the most silky. You wouldn't even believe how silky it is. This, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this. This feels like it's so soft that I feel like my fingers are not even, it's like, it's as soft as it's softer than it looks. It's super soft. Oh, Charlotte has a lot of fiber stores. You know what? My friend Noma, she worked at a yarn store in Charlotte. I think it was called, I'm drawing a blanket what that store was called. I'd never gone to it, so I don't know. Our local store we have, I think Pearls carries wool felting, and Woolworth. If you come to Asheville, Woolworth has it too. And I think the one that has the most variety would probably be Friends and Fiberworks. I'm going to do a muzzle. Where'd that clump go? I think I'll mix some of this color to make this. It's a little sharp. Alright, so this is that blending. Kind of lionish. Leonine. I like it. It's a pretty satisfying craft, especially if you need to get your aggression out. Although keep your fingers out of the way. I haven't stabbed myself, but you know, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you can stab yourself. It's very easy to do, especially if you're like this. In theory, you don't really need to have your fingers up in there. You could just brace it. It's not going anywhere on the foam. It's a pretty good sound it makes. The eyes here are little, I think those are beads. Little black beads that I sewed into place. Put more face on it. The mushroom color is getting kind of lost. Yeah, when I first started out, I had this, like, what was that thing that, you know, that thing from Clover? You know, ow. I got myself, but I didn't get myself hard. I know this is right now, y'all are probably like, wait, that will ever look like this? It will. There's a bunch of needle felters I follow on Instagram that do little bitty cats, and I've messaged them. Like, you know, I could make one, but there's this Japanese gal that makes the cutest cats I've ever seen. They're so cute that they trigger my cute aggression. And they have such fat little faces. It's so soft and so fluffy. It actually kind of takes a while. That's why they made a felting machine. They make a sewing machine. A friend of mine had one where it's basically a sewing machine fitted with needle felting needles.
I think it's really therapeutic.
It is therapeutic, but it is not. This is not what I would consider a very fast. I mean, it can be. I don't know.
It's like knitting. Knitting is not fast.
This is not.
Anyway.
I mean, it's faster than if I knitted this. You know, if you were to make a knit, it's just different. You know, because you're working and you're compressing fibers. That's how it works. Is the needle is dragging the fibers together and compressing them. And wool makes a very tight fabric once it's been felted or needle or wet felted. It's what the yurts in Mongolia are made out of. They drag them behind their horses, though. I watched a thing about it.
We've had like 3 people this evening comment about how this is a sweet treat for them.
Oh, good. Thank you. It's, you know, we were talking about how fun it was when we were in Tucson to go live a lot, and it felt like we felt kind of more kind of engaged with our friends, you know, like we felt like we were kind of, I don't know how to describe the feeling.
It's not as nerve-wracking as it used to be.
No, I used to be really like I'd have to gear myself up. Get hyped. So what I'm doing now is I'm agitating it. I actually like that side better because it's kind of more, it's dragging more of the, this color in. See, when I pull it, you can see it coming up through here. I like it. It's very soft. I wonder what I can do with that, what you call it? Pineapple fiber. I don't spin like that mushroom. Maybe the mushroom and brown would be kind of cool. Blend some of that up. I've mixed fibers before. You can mix different things. Silk, all different types of things, but sometimes it won't felt if you're trying to felt it. So it's good to do a quick search or just do a little bit and see if it'll do it. Kind of a satisfying, the sounds are very crunchy.
Crunchy.
You know, kind of a crunchy sound effect it makes.
Love something.
I know. You know, I don't do that much of it. I actually prefer to do, now I find that I'm in the mood to make something like, get the wet felting, because it makes something that I can use. Like I bought a pattern to make a jacket. I haven't gotten around to it, but I bought the pattern anyway. But you know what? When you're doing a wet felted piece, it requires you to make a humongous pattern.
I remember when you wet felted your hat, and I could hear you slapping that thing on the table until the dead of night.
And then I told Azza, I was like, you know, I worked so hard on that hat, and no one even noticed that I had a hand felted witch hat on. And she's like, well, it is dark. And I was like,
I know, it was your dark rainbow.
Great. You couldn't see all the, I was like, look at all the colors that are in this to make it dark. And everybody I told, they were like busy just looking at me like,
who cares?
yeah. It's me at parties. hey guys, you want to see this felting? It's so cool. I get bored when there's a party that's clearly for people like just like if they're just there to drink. I'm like, okay, what else is there? Is there a cat at least?
Is there at least a cat?
Is there at least a cat?
This travesty of a party. I'll show you guys what I'm doing in a second. You will like it.
Yeah, you could do the wet felting with making a head, but you know, the thing about wet felting, I could wet felt this. It's just you don't have a lot of it's not for detail. It's like for clothes or like a table runner or something. You don't get the good shapes. Like you can felt it down pretty aggressive till it's a really thick fabric, but you don't get the detail. You could wet felt it something and then needle felt on top. Okay, that's starting to look. So basically, shaping this, I could keep shaping this. You can see now this kind of wool, you can really sculpt it. This is the muzzle. I'm working on the muzzle. It might be a little, I don't know if that looks cute or not. We'll see how it's going to come out. Need some eyes to put in there.
Need some safety eyes?
I don't know if I want safety eyes. This is, you know what this cat was starting to look like? It was starting to look like, what was that one kind of old man looking cat?
Guangdong.
No, not him. He doesn't. No, the other one. We follow some famous cats.
We follow a lot of cats.
We do follow a lot of cats on the internet.
And then I show you a new one, you follow that one. You show me a new one, I follow that one. We follow all the same cats.
We do follow the same cats. It's a nice change from my usual watching this dude jump rope. And let me tell you, when you watch those videos of those ripped dudes jumping rope, I will tell you that just because they make it look easy does not mean it is actually easy. I went out into the driveway and had this rope that was for, I know, y'all don't make fun of me too hard. I got those ropes that you can make patterns. It's like a workout thing. I got it for Greg. And I thought, oh, they're really heavy jump ropes. I thought it was like a heavy jump rope. I didn't really watch any of the videos. But it turns out they weigh quite a bit. And so I was trying to jump rope with it, and I can jump a rope. But this, I think that guy was using a speed rope or something and not one of these weighted ropes, because I beat myself up so good. Both sides of my thighs had bruises. I was like, listen, this looks like domestic violence up in here. It did not look good. And so I was like, okay, I think I need a different kind of jump rope because I'm kicking my own butt with this. Yeah, that's kind of turning into like, yeah, you could do, Cherie, you could make anything with this. You could make anything. Especially if it looks furry. I've seen people do, felted frogs. There's a felted frog that I saw not too long ago that someone had made it like the felted frog like cooked dinner. It was like a stop action animation.
Yeah, I saw that too.
It was so cute. The things people make with this, it's really amazing. And then here I am making this really rustic cat.
I think he's handsome.
He looks like he has a secret.
He's very serious. He's like that Ron Perlman cat.
Oh, yeah, I was kind of thinking of that cat.
Big muzzle.
Yeah, I like a big muzzle on a cat.
You like Marty's muzzle.
Yeah, it's good. Kind of, this is like a really old cat. Now you can see as I'm getting in there that it's becoming firmer. And they'll come to a point when you can't felt it anymore. It's not fluffy, or it gets kind of really firm. And it'll feel like a boiled wool jacket or something. Yeah, he kind of has a wise little face. It's pretty cute. There's a gal that does the taxidermy. She doesn't felt them very hard, Azalea. They're kind of loosely felted.
I don't know if she still goes about doing that anymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a long time.
She kind of ruined her own thing.
Mm.
She got a little weird with it and ruined her own setup.
You gotta keep that muzzle. I could make this into a puppet even. And be like, oh, hello, our friend Clem. Starting to look a little bit different. You see that? It's still a little bit, I can still maneuver it and change its shape a little. It hasn't felted so hard that I can't maneuver it. And by using a little bit of, I'm kind of pinching it and twisting it, that's actually felting it on the inside. This is kind of reminding me of like grabbing an actual cat's ear. Not that I ever do that. Marty would bite me if I tried to do that, probably.
No, he don't.
No, he would probably like it.
He'd
Be like,
"Hey."
get in there. Do a good job.
Say, hey, Mama, what you doing?
This cat's nose would probably be, what color would that cat's nose be, Azalea? Would that be a pink nose or a dark brown nose?
That would be a dark nose.
You know, I just pulled his face out of shape. Azalea does make things for her dolls with felting. She's made strawberries and cherries and things. She uses wet felting, or needle felting, I mean. Didn't you needle felt the berries on that one cupcake doll you made? Or no, that was something else. That was like...
Her cherries are made out of polymer because I wanted them to be shiny, but I felted her hair.
Oh, that's right.
I used probably that same Robin right there, and I felted her hair to look like cupcake icing. Sometimes that's the way.
Yeah, it look good.
Thank you.
This cat's cuter, but you know, I did work on that for a lot longer. This was probably 2 hours worth of work of really going in there and massaging it and getting the colors to look nice and to shape the ears. I'm really getting wild here with this needle. I went sideways, kind of risking it all there.
Getting into it.
Uh-huh. I know, I wanted to make it look good before I stopped. You know, I didn't want to be like, oh, look at this crappy cat face that I did.
I don't think it's crappy.
No, it's not good yet. A purple nose, Clem says. That's a good idea. It's like Pearl's nose. Her nose is like a dog. I've never seen a cat that had a wet nose. And my cat, Pearl, is like a dog that way. And it's kind of a dark, dusky, purpley pink.
She's just kind of one of those, you know, dog cats.
Mm-hmm.
She's a little doggy.
I don't know if any of those colors would work. Maybe I'd have to mix something up to make it work. What do you think, Azalea? For that nose. Kind of want to do that.
Pearl has a black nose. And I think a dark cat has a black nose.
Oh, you think it should have a black nose?
Maybe.
Look at these eyes. These are little glass eyes. I bought these who knows where from a long time ago. You can make it scary.
Wendy says, no, it's shaping up nice, girl.
Does that look cute or ugly? Get in there, you. That's kind of scary, I think.
That is scary.
Yeah, that was scary. Let's immediately put that back.
Just get big black eyes.
But I don't have big black eyes. I've only got these clear ones. Look at this package of clear. And then these scary pinpoint.
Okay, just give me a second. I have some black eyes over here. I just gotta clear this foam out of my lap.
I was looking to see if I had any needle felt that's more aggressive. You know, they mark it, but I can't remember what they stand for. This is how they come too. This is, I think, from Clover. Clover brand, they package up the needles like that. Oh, here's some that are marked. Although I don't remember which is which.
Dang.
Oh, that's a reverse barb.
Yeah, that pulls out. They have all these different kinds. The reverse barb will pull the hair out and make kind of...
Oh, let's see this. That's almost too much, but I kind of like it.
I like a cat with big black eyes.
Yeah, this is a little too aggressive. And aggressive meaning it's taking a lot with it. It's pushing through, it's taking more of the fiber with it. See it? It's kind of, that's for shadows of the ears and contour. giving it a more 3D effect. But see, it pushes so much through there. You can see that side view. It's like a kind of, I don't know if I like that. That's too aggressive. Meaning this has, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can get it to show up. It has a lot of barbs across there. There's like 6 of them across there. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4. What did you just hand me?
Eyes. They're small, but they might be cuter than the pinpoint. They might just be little black eyes like the one on your little pale cat right there. I think they're the same.
Oh, these have been forged together. I could make some of these eyes. Need to get my lampwork stuff out. Okay, get in there. So once it starts to felt, the fabric becomes very dense.
So cute.
And it becomes very difficult to pierce.
It's like Kipper. The tiny black eyes. So cute.
It is a little bit like Kipper. Yes, Clem. Let me show that. But I don't want to use the... this one's the reverse. Let me just get it out and show it. Alright, so reverse barb. So this was pulling. I don't know if you... I don't know if it's even showing it. It's pulling it out. See that side? See, look at that. I don't know. Did that even show? Because it's not taking a lot with it. But it's good for mixing, I think. You can get kind of a...
That's so cute. He's so handsome. Goofy.
Azalea, it's kind of spooking me out because it's a slightly humanish.
It's like your pale cat. It's like Canute.
Oh, for whiskers, you could use... What could you use? I've used fishing line. You can use something that has that same kind of thickness. Something that has a little bit of firmness. You don't want to use something that's kind of floopy. You know, it's like too bendy. Let's see if I can make the ears toughed out a little bit. Tough that ear out. And to put the white in the ear, let's see how that will look. Get some of that. Put some of this in here. Looks pretty cute. It's like a little old man cat. And you could, of course, embroider it if you wanted. I don't know if I like that to go in there again. It's too much. It's too much. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Take it off. I didn't love it. So I'll mix something that's looks a little bit better. He needs a nose. What color of a nose? You said dark brown?
Other people were saying gold and purple and whatnot.
Oh.
Sure.
Let's use... I just want to use what I have here so I don't have to dig through that big amount of my huge... This might be a good color. To get a piece of this off of there. This one's hand. This is like every color of the rainbow. But this might be good right in here. Pull some of that out. I think this is from Malabrigo. If you are a yarn person, you might recognize that name. It's a brand of wool. They make different kinds of yarn. I think they're out of Paraguay or somewhere like that. They have my favorite colors. Now that I blended that really fast, I didn't feel like, using the, mixing thing. Yeah, soft flex would work for that. You could get the, like a kind of a gray or a white. How do we feel about this? Maybe it needs to be more pink.
He's smiling so humanishly.
Yes, I know. It's giving me the Uncanny Valley vibes, and I'm not sure
Smooth
why.
out that muzzle and add some to it. Did you add some for the muzzle? Because it looks like it. You just need to add more to the muzzle because the face looks kind of flat like a human.
All right.
Just make that muzzle thick.
Wendy says too brown. Yeah, it's too brown. Let's add to the muzzle so
Uncanny Valley vibes. That's exactly what it is. It's cute.
And the fun part about felting is you just keep adding to it. I've seen people make all different kinds of things with felt. Christmas ornaments, bowls, clothes. I make personally what I like to make are booties and wearables. That's my favorite thing to make because then I can be like, look what I made. And then get that kind of enjoyment of wearing your own work. Your yield. Now what do you think, little daughter? Did I even make that other cat?
Yeah, that's your work. Look at its face.
Yeah,
You just haven't done it in a while. You also followed the book. We had a book. With
No, I didn't do it.
step.
I didn't do a book for that one. I just made that up. If I'd gone by the book, which is the way I did the rabbit, it was in layer upon layer of different colors. And just making that rabbit took it took a lot of time, actually. Well, you can see stabbing this takes time.
I know. Changing it one step at a time.
And melding the fibers like this, I'm kind of...
He looks like Guangdong.
He looks a little like it, but he's not as gray as Guangdong. That's a sad sounding cat. He mews like this. He's like...
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show the people.
Oh, she's going to bring it up so you guys can get the full... his eye... And it's hard to get that in there. You have to... I should clip it or bend it. That's what I'll do.
Show that cat's face at the same time.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of... Oh.
Look, he's sad eyes.
Make the sound. Yeah. Yeah, that looks just like him.
That's what I'm saying. It's cute. Tender music. Look at its sad face. Dang.
I love that cat. That's really cute.
Sad?
I don't know, but he's cute. All right, I'm gonna try and bend these eyes so they stop popping out. I don't know if okay, that stayed good. We could make his eyes like a little more sad, full effect. And he has an M on his forehead. That's true.
Marty has an M on his forehead for Marty.
Yep. I don't know that I was trying to make Marty with that. This looks more like my cat Frick.
That's cute. Dang.
All right, let's see. What color is was his nose, Azealia?
Oh, I gotta pull it back up. It's dark.
Was it black? Surely not. Because Pearl has like, it's dark around it and then it's like pink in the middle.
All right.
You know what I mean, how their noses are like. Sort of like a dark pink.
Alright, his nose is a dark, dusty pink.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Dark, dusty pink. With a black outline, I bet.
His nose on the top kind of blends into the rest of the nose. Here, look. This is the best, closest video of him. It's the one we just watched, but there's a nose.
Oh, that's so cute.
He's so concerned.
And it's a little bit that orangey brownish color. Let's get some of that and put that on there.
Yeah, it's just like that. Cute.
Yeah, you know, it turns out this should be a surprise to no one. When you have reference, if you're making an animal, it will look better. That's just how it goes. If you have the reference in front of you, then it'll look 10 times better because you're looking at something. You're not just pulling it from your memories of what a cat should look like, which is what I was doing here. And it still turned out to look a little like that. What's Guangdong? Is it Guangdong or Guangdong?
I think his name ends with an N, but I don't know. I just said it how it should be said.
Kind of, maybe it rhymes like Van Damme, you know? I don't know. I think he's from Thailand.
Cute.
Maybe he's a Thai cat. I don't know what his history is or where he's from. I don't know if I made that cuter or uglier. Yeah. Bless his heart. He's just doing his own thing. Here, let's match it up to this one. You can see I really went over this cat. I even shaped around his little eyelids.
It looks like Peanut.
It does kind of look like Peanut.
With those super far apart eyes.
Mm-hmm. So it will get this size because what happens is the fibers are compressing. Every time I poke this with a needle, the fibers compress that much more, just a little bit more. See how it changed the shape? You know, I adopted one time a cat. It was a Savannah. It was at the cat shelter. And
sad story.
It's not really a sad story. The cat was just it defeated me. Like I came in at night or I heard a sound. I came in my house the living room was trashed. That cat had turned over. I was like, "What did you do? How did you do this?" And then the cat itself was like on top of the door. I was like, "How did you even get up there?" We didn't work out. I needed more of a lazy cat, not this high energy that you have to take it out for walks and stuff like a dog.
Yeah, the kind of cat you gotta put in a cage for the nighttime sleeping. Like a dog.
Oh no, it would have yowled. I was like, this cat's not for me. And they're like, yeah, this cat has not been able to find a home. And I was like, maybe because it peed on the ceiling. That may be why. And she's like, yeah, I don't know how they do. I was like, I don't know either, but that's not for me. And I ended up getting my cat Frick. And he was a handful too. A big yellow cat. So big, he was actually, when he was full grown, he was 32 pounds. He was just big boned. Wasn't like obese or anything. He was just kind of a big boned boy.
Just an absolute unit.
Mm-hmm. I have a picture of him sitting on Azalea's lap, and he's almost, very nearly, bigger than her. It was really cute. I used to put this lion's mane, and people would stop me. I'd be taken to the vet. They'd be like, "What kind of animal is that?" It's like, it's a freaking American short hair. Don't make him feel self-conscious.
What kind of animal is that? Cute.
So I just flattened his face to kind of smooth it out. What do you guys think? Does it look good? It's a little rough. But, in about, what did I do this? Oh, 53 minutes. See, if I put another hour or so, I would get it to be smooth like this. Because you need to keep going over it and over and over it with a tool. So this one is a little finer, and that's like my detailer, where I could go in around the eyes. See how that's kind of giving me shape around there? It's like my little... All these different needles, you know what I should do? It just occurred to me that I should write or paint the type. Because, I put paint on it, but I don't remember what the paint stands for. What does the blue mean? I don't know. Pretty cute. Oh, thanks, Pat. She says people would buy that one. Thank you. That's a good high compliment because, that's what we're all trying to make is stuff that somebody might want to buy at some point. Maybe. Let's see how it would look with this. Do you like this, Azalea?
Well, you could do that if you gave him those sad eyelids.
Oh, yeah, I could. I could put sad eyelids.
Instead, glue them in place.
And then do sad eyelids.
I would do the sad eyelids.
Put it like way down here.
Sheet felt, and then use the felting needle
go over it.
Attach the eyelid down.
He kind of looks like he's got a little secret. He did something that I don't know about.
Peed on something secret.
Mm-hmm. He got into something. No one knows what that is. Very cute. All right, let's go to our live sale. Since I did that, I went and felted for over almost an hour. I didn't mean to. I was like, I'll just do a quick tutorial. I actually made that landscape faster than this cat face. I'm going to put that in there so it doesn't go anywhere. We'll put this one on that to pin it by its ears so they're not going. Just stay on there.
Dad playing his songs for Lockie down there.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Look at all this. I have so much of this wool here that I've been collecting for the past since you were born. How long have I been collecting this? Oh, you're 19.
Look at this cake.
Almost 20. So for 20 years I've been collecting all this wool. And not all wool. I don't know what to do with this, but I'll think of something. I was thinking about wet felting it into like the interior of a pullover. So the inside is pineapple fiber. Usually they make from pineapple fiber in the Philippines, they make those shirts that are, they almost look like they're clear. I can't remember what they're called. A barong maybe? It's like a fancy shirt.
That type of foam that Mom was felting on can also be used in this way. You can cut it into shapes and then you can put felt on it and make little cakes. This is the base of a cake. I stitched this part and going around here, and then it's going to have pink icing that's dripping off the side and probably a second tier, but I'm making a sweet cake. And it's satisfying to put it in here because then it just bounces back. So that's good. That's also a thing you can do with that foam.
Yeah, that foam was, I got that at the Foam and Fabric warehouse. Foam fabric.
Oh. I go to help drop Max off at school. Sometimes they open the door for me like I'm going to get out too. That school only goes up to 8th grade.
Oh.
So it's like, oh.
That's, you. Hey, listen, when you're older, I'm sure she's heard this like 10 million times. When you're older, you'll love it. People said the same thing to me when they wouldn't give me samples at the Sam's Wholesale Club. They were like, I was going to try this salsa. And they're like, is your daddy with you, hon? I said, what am I in my daddy here for? But he is here, by the way. And he had to come over and convince them that I was, in fact, old enough to eat the salsa.
That's salsa. Sure
What was a spicy salsa?
Yeah, you need to be grown adult. You need
to be an adult
to have spicy salsa.
Well, the gal just didn't believe that I was 24 or 25 or however old I was.
Goofy.
I know.
You didn't have an ID to show her?
I didn't bring it. And I was wearing overalls because I went with my dad for some reason.
Start with these.
That's showstopper time.
Okay. Start with these at the same time.
Oh, this is from a long time ago. I'm gonna slash these.
Slash them.
I'm gonna slash them. Okay, so we did a tutorial.
Wait, before we start.
Oh, put it up, little daughter.
That thing.
Yeah, Azalea made this graphic that she's really pleased with. Go ahead and bust it out.
All right, I'm gonna unmute myself, and then tell me if that sounds like anything. Here is an audio test. It might not be connecting to the headphones. It doesn't matter. Okay, so this is our Magic Hour graphic. If you were here yesterday or the other day, whenever we were doing it, you saw this already, but I'm going to show it every time just in case we have new people. This is a step-by-step for how we do our lot sales. And we're going to have a certain amount of items. Each thing is going to have a tag with a lot number and a price. I can hear it. I have my headphones on. My voice
you were,
fine.
yeah, okay.
So, number one, to place a claim or a bid on an item, you just comment the lot number. We'll have a certain amount of each item, and the first person to get in there that we see first, just to keep it fair, we'll write down their name and the lot number, and you'll get an invoice. So that's what step 2 is. An invoice will be sent to you. It'll look like Greengirlstudios. Complete your purchase. Do not take any other emails that do not come from Shopify. If it says Shopify Greengirlstudios, that's it. But if it says something else, that's not it. All right. Number 2. If you have never shopped with us before, there's a good chance I will not have your email address on file. And I sometimes will go and find people on Facebook and send them a message, but most of the time people do not answer that. So you can send me an email right here, listed azaleaogden@icloud.com, or on the live or on the email that is placed on our border that we have all the time. Lastly, please do not bid if you do not intend to purchase. This just, saves us some time, and it's also not fair on other people. If somebody else wants something and you're first in line and then you change your mind, it just makes it inconvenient, and that person probably will not get that item anyway, even if there's no waiting list. It just, we started on the live, and that's how we go. And yeah, that's my graphic that I made. Thank you guys for listening to my presentation.
Perfect. Good job.
All right.
Okay, give me a black marker, would you?
You're gonna like this pen.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
nice and thick.
My favorite. So this is some really nice rose quartz. They have, I'm not sure why. Oh, that's just the number. So that's 508. And I'm going to mark this one down. Let's go to 18. This is a really nice quality rose quartz. Now, I bought this. I don't know if you can see. I want to peel that sticker off, but if I peel it off, then you will not be able to see. I won't know what it is. But these are very transparent. You can see through them. You can see a little bit. Let me show some kind of, let's see if that shows it. So you can kind of see on that. It's clear. I bought these for beadwork so that I could do peyote stitch around it. And Azalea did a really good class a few months ago. When did you do that class with peyote? Was it freeform peyote or what was that?
Almost a year ago.
Oh, that was a year ago. Or maybe it was brick stitch. I can't remember.
It's
anyway,
peyote in the round.
So you could, that's what these are for. So if you had, my intention was to put a printout on the back and attach it with PVA glue and then wipe skin the back off. It's kind of an old school way to do image transfer with PVA glue. And that way it would have a hazy image on the back. But now, as I'm thinking of it, I could probably do resin or something. Or you could just have nothing, or fabric, or leather, whatever you fancied. You'd see a little bit of it. So anyway, this is 18508. It's a AA grade pink rose quartz. These come from, if you watched our show in Tucson and you met our gem dealer that has cabs, this is from our friends Sona, Ruhi, and Rupi. They had these. And these are the last two. I bought, I think, 15 or 20 of them. And these are what's left, aside from the ones that I'm setting in silver. I set other ones in silver, too. So that one is 508. I've marked it down to 18. This one is 507. I'm going to mark it down, too. If nobody gets those, I'll just go ahead and set them in silver. All right, 507 for the, more, it's a little bit shorter. But these are really perfectly good quality cabochons. I almost said bezel. You put a bezel around it. So if you're watching on replay, you can get in there and either email me here and ask if something is available. All right. What else do I have here? Oh, I have a couple of these. Yay.
Oh, I didn't change the quantity on the back of that tag. There's 2 of those. You could probably cross it out now with that pen.
Okay.
That's my favorite pen.
Okay. I want to make that one. These are $20 usually on my Etsy shop. 802. I have 2. Now they're 18 of this. This is my bronze mermaid. Fingerprints and everything on the back. I usually have, these are not, I don't think that there are any on the store. I have not put up any coins in the last few days or like a month. I can't remember the last time I updated coins. So there's probably not a lot on there. So that was 20. I marked it down to 18. And there are 2 of those. Oh, these are really pretty. I just got these. So this is $9.46. This is really good quality apatite. And they're not dyed either. This is not a dyed color. I thought when I saw these, they're reading really sky blue, but they're more of a sort of there's a slight greenish cast to it, which is the apatite there. And that's $9.46. These are faceted Hishis. And I have, let me see, I have 5 of these. They're really nice. These would make good earrings. I would stack them like this. They're very pretty stacked. Maybe even multicolored. You know what would look good with? Check this one out. Look at these together. It's almost too much. Why do I love this? You know, someone was saying to me, they were like, well, it's probably because you loved Wizard of Oz and you love Dorothy's red slippers and her blue gingham dress. And I was like, you know what? That's just as good as an idea as anything else I've heard. Sounds good. All right, let's see. I have, oh, and I have this. This is new. We picked this up in Tucson. This is multicolored moonstone. Very good quality. They're all flash. Look at that as I roll them. There's no dead ones. I particularly loathe when I get moonstone that doesn't have any flash. Then it's like you're basically, then it's like gravel. So I like it to have that chatoyance. Especially, look at that one. It's good. These are $14 for the little Hank, and that's $9.48. Yeah, turquoise and amber together. Yes, Wendy, that's a good blend too. Yeah, let's see what that looks like with a little bit of that color. You know, I bet it'll look real good with this. Yeah, blue and orange. That's natural because they're opposites on the color wheel. Let's see that.
I like that color wheel yours.
I do too. There's a blue and orange. Although this one, I feel like they take a lot of liberties with their, like that orange to me is kind of, I don't know what that's a kind of a, I don't know if I agree. It's a little more blue. It's not a true. Maybe it's in the printing or something. So this is $9.48 for mixed stones. These are kind of I would call that almost like a pebble cut because they're not the same. They kind of have that like beachy mermaid quality. I think of this as having like those, when they're kind of like droplets like that, they make me think that they would look really good in a sort of netted configuration, you know, where you have like kind of like a woven look almost. I was watching something that our friend Jen from Cherry Tree was doing, and she was showing these seashells, and I was like, girl, this would look good with that, with those seashells. I like shells, this kind of shell colors. All right, that was $9.48, $14. Those are really good, super good quality on that. All right, get that one too. Oh, that beautiful apatite. It's like electric blue apatite.
I love that color. I thought it was dyed.
I know. Well, I don't like dyed ones. I mean, sometimes there's a place for dyed, but I tell ya, sometimes I'm so nervous about it. Okay, so this is $5.82. It's a Shibuichi bird head. We usually make this in pewter. We have it in pewter. But we've made it in Shibuichi, which is silver and copper. Silver and copper. So the hole runs in the back of the head, and it hangs like this. My friend Jamie just made a necklace. She wore it the other day, and she was like, notice anything? And her necklace had this bird, and she matched it up with really nice quality garnet. And oh, thank you, Laura. Yeah, take a picture and show me what you do with it. I am always excited to see what people make.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And this one, this is a branch, like a coral branch. It has little barnacles at different points. I know, Wendy, I love Shibuichi. It's a beautiful metal. When it's polished, it has almost like a rose gold quality. It's like pink because it's silver and copper together. Now, to get this color, you have to heat the metal up pretty hot, and then you polish it, and the polishing gives it this burgundy color. So this one is $5.87, and there's a hole here, and there's a hole here. So it could be a pendant like this, or you could use it as a link. It's a little, I would say that's too heavy for an earring unless you're trying to gauge your ears. But you could hang something from there, like wire wrapped, like that. But my favorite way is as a link. Like I use that like this. This is what I do with it. And usually I'll put something big on the other side. Like, let's see. See what I mean? You have it balanced. Maybe something coming down on this area. As far as design, I usually use that like a link. So that one is $5.87. Shibuichi. All right, I have a couple of these keys. I carved this because there's a painter that I like named Hieronymus Bosch from the 1500s. I think it's from the 1500s, maybe even earlier, a medieval painter. Anyway, in all of his paintings, on the paintings of Jesus, he did the Garden of Earthly Delights, that triptych. It's at the Prado in Spain. What's that say? $5.83, and it's $12. This is also Shibuichi, silver and copper.
I love those.
I know, they came out so good. And I have two. I have only two of these. $5.83.
One now.
Oh, thank you, Anthea. Thank you, Pat. Yeah, these are particularly beautiful in a situation with a ring or something, you know, where you can hang a bunch of stuff. A charm ring. I think that came out particularly good. Okay, I have one of these buttons. $16. It's a Shibuichi. This is a good price on this. Usually I charge more. The bronze ones are usually $16. And we have it in Shibuichi silver copper, $5.86. It's $16. It's a button. Usually, this one's a good one. This is a really good one for a clasp on a bracelet. Kate just did a bracelet with this, and it looked so good. So good.
Yeah, imagine that on like if you like knitted a shawl or so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would. Here. So this little mysterious looking hook, it's a good hook. You can get in there and show it. Oh, that's too thick to get in there. Oh, no.
The neck.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't usually use it with a ring like that. What I like to do, and you guys will know this, this is one that I do all the time, is something... Y'all know how much I love a seed beaded or bead loop. I feel like those are my favorite. So there's a little bitty hole right through there so you can string it. So that's $5.88. And look how cute that looks. This is one my friend Laura Lee likes to use. And she hangs it, and I love this, like this. So it's actually a visible clasp. So it's kind of a focal, and she'll hang different things on it. So this is a good one if it travels around your neck. It's still very decorative and sturdy.
Thank you, Naomi.
Yes, thank you. Okay, here we have a little nest, the little home nest in Shibu. I think it looks good, real good. It's a little heavier. It says home on the back.
I like how the eggs shine like silver.
Well, yeah, they do kind of shine. Can you even see that? That little bitty, I don't know how I even scraped home on the back of that leaf. So these little eggs, what is this? 18, $5.78 for this Shibuichi bead. I would say this one would look good in a treasure necklace, although I have made this one into a very delicate type spring necklace with this as a top to a dangling tassel. So this was the end of it, and there was a tassel at the end with little blue. I did little eggs that were exactly that same shape, and it kind of looked like little eggs and leaves coming out. It came out so cute. But that was in pewter. It'll look even better in Shibuichi. Oh, I have one of these. You guys know my favorite little, I put this on my treasure necklaces. So we made a bunch of extras, and these are the last of that batch. So this is $15, which is awesome this is heavy silver. And that's $5.53 if you want a silver arrow. Oh, friend Donna, she's here. And you know what, Donna? I found these the other day. And the other day, I mean this morning. Look at these, y'all. My friend Donna made these. Look at this. Those so beautiful. Donna, you should put you should comment your business or a link to your thing. Look at how gorgeous those are. So I'm going to put these in my treasure necklaces. You can picture. I'll just put one in there. And then I match it up with the colors. And that would be a good brace or a good clasp for that. These are mine. I'm going to use those and make something real pretty. Oh, it looks like I have 2 of these. Nice. This is one of my favorite buttons for a clasp. This is a heart. It looks like a little lock. And I made this. I visited Paris some years ago, and I visited a bridge that had a bunch of locks on it. And one of the locks had this shape. I don't know if it was a real lock or what, but it was an old, old lock. So this is $5.81. I have 2 of these. 2 of them. And this is a really good one for a clasp. Look how it would sit. So you poke that through there like that. And obviously you'd want to make it so your hole is not massive like that, but this is how it would lay.
Wendy asks if it's Shibuichi.
This is Shibuichi. Yes.
They're both gone now.
Oh, I love them, Donna. They have, you guys, they have such a good color. You don't see, when you look at them on the internet, you're like, oh, they're so pretty, but they're so lustrous. It's hard to see the color. It really doesn't do them justice. Oh, I'm going to do Azalea will probably want these. These are those. So we got these rough. These are not faceted. This is how they grow. So this is like rough garnet crystals. We found a bunch of these in Franklin. I didn't drill these. I got these from my buddy Kia. She isn't in the game anymore that I know of. She's out of Truth or Consequences. But I bought these years and years and years ago. You can't really get them anymore. But she took them down to her guy in Jaipur and had them drilled. But I'm going to mark these down. Let's do 40 on these. And if they don't sell, you can have them as well. She's had her eye on this for a while. So that's $3.19. $40 if no one takes them within the next like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and they are azaleas. But look at that. I know. That's a natural, that's how they grow. They're not faceted. And they have, surprisingly, a pretty good hole size. Look at that. That's like...
Oh, Lynn got them.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. Oh, that's what that bridge. Thank you, Vicky. I didn't remember the name of it. Oh, here's some more. These are some really nice. This is called almandine garnet, and they call it that because it has a silvery sort of natural shine to it. And these are more of the purple red. These are not like hessonite. This is a type of hessonite. These are supremely juicy, but these have, like, I don't know if you can see, if I had another, see if I could turn the light towards it and see if that helps, or if it makes it look more. What's better, Zoya? To show that color, because it's hard to like really get that tone.
I know what to do.
You know what to do to get that color to show? The light situation is one of those types that, oh, she's going to do this. Oh, yeah, there you go. That shows it. So it's more of a bittersweet.
Look at that.
I know. Those were
I'm obsessed
really, really beautiful. Beautiful.
Here's how they look in your hand. And then they're...
Well, this light does not really do them justice.
But this one does.
The light
Look
does
at that.
not
They're
show.
like, it's like
oh, so
syrup,
here's the difference
honey.
of when
Just
you
like
look at the
honey.
different types of, that's the different types of garnet.
This
So
one goes
almandine
orange.
is more of a deep purpley red, see? And then hessonite, this type of hessonite.
The more orange, like fire or honey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Wendy says pomegranate. Yeah.
Yeah, pomegranate.
Do you have one with the
And
lot number on it
then,
for this? Oh,
oh,
were you showing
I
these
was
for
just
the seller?
showing that. But this is, all right, so this is 405.
That's those, the teardrops. So if you're going to demonstrate how juicy these are, I might as well put that lot number in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this one, the teardrop garnets, 405. Oh, they don't, you can slash them.
Oh, okay. I'll slash those then. Let's make these, let's do 32 on that. Yeah, those are really nice. All right. Let's see. Oh, I have one of these. I had a customer ask after this. This is a great big locket. There's a couple folks asking about these, and I have a few of them. Well, no, I only see this one here. I might have to look at my collection and see what I have left. I need another batch of these. So this is $5.32. It's $48. This opens like this. So these are good. I sell a lot of these for people that want to put photos in there. You could keep that and preserve a nice memory. You could change it out. I've put paintings of eyes in this, like a lover's eye. And there's a little nut right at the top that holds. Let's see if it shows it. So this is a split in half. And so when you put it together, it holds the whole thing close so it does not fall apart. I've never had one of these fall apart, and this twist too, so that there's no danger of that. So yeah, they're really good. This is what does it say? $5.32, $48. It's a lot of, if you were to make that, it's a lot of work to make. Just doing 2 different bezels on that and a hinge. Oh, our friend Ann Gardan.
Oh, thank you, Anne.
I have some really small ones, and those are really fun to use. But the big ones are nice on a long chain. They're more statement making, I think. So this is a little silver fairy on one side, and on this side, there's a little blossom of flowers. And this is $2.66, $16. Isn't that lovely?
That's such nice, clean silver.
Mm-hmm, it is. Yeah, a lot of detail on that piece. Yes, but look, you can see her head is tilted up this way. She's got a little pointy hat on. So cute. Very popular. All right, let's see here. Oh, where's that one? I didn't show it yet. So the last thing are these garnets that I've been loving. So I have 5 of them. $9.47. And these are perfect grade. I don't know. That's probably double A grade on that. So pretty. So they're all gradated. I gradated out the stones. I took out any of the non-good ones. So this is a high graded strand that you'll be getting. I weighed them. And it's $36. $9.47. It's kind of an unusual color. Usually, and the size. The size of these are what's really exciting. So they're usually, you see this. I'm making some kits right now for the crochet. You know, I've been promising that for like my whole life. But it's getting closer. It's getting closer. I'm almost done. You see it a lot in this color. So this is the usual colorway. You can see the difference. So this is not bad. This is in no way bad quality, but it's just a different color, you know. This is the more desirable because you don't see it very often. Because it's not usually that clear. If you looked at it, they're very clear. Very few inclusions. Oh, Pat says she'd love a lesson on using graduated beads. That can be done.
I'm gonna do this.
All right. I'm going to put that back. Yeah, I'll show you. There's ways you can do them. Sometimes with graduated beads, I will use them for different things. Like I'll use like this many of them for like the front of a necklace, and then maybe some of the smaller ones for earrings. But usually I'll be honest with you. I don't usually put them on one necklace. You can, and that is definitely not a crazy price to put one, like all those on a necklace. That's not weird at all. And you could easily do that where you put in spacers or even larger beads between that to get a really beautiful. I would wire wrap these, or I think I'd go with something in like larger in between maybe. There's a lot of potential, a lot of design potential. But
We got
that's
one left.
Oh, nice. Thank you all. I think that for me, I break them up and I don't usually use them in one piece. It's been a while since I've done that, but I have. I have done that. So you can use it in one necklace. They would be really gorgeous, especially if you had like, I kind of want to put those with like a dark, dark apatite. I love that. You know what? I think I'm going to look at that and see what it looks like. So I had these before. I'm working on a kit. I bought extra of this, but look at these two together. These just make my heart sing right here. Those two together, yes. Such perfection. Yeah, I love blue and dark red together. I think it looks good. All right. Let's flip it. Let's flip it.
Do you want that gold tripod back, or do you just want to hold it?
Let's, I will hold it. All right, friends, let me get all the stuff out in front of me.
Thanks for joining our Treat Wednesday live.
Yeah, thank y'all for joining us on this fine Wednesday evening. We hope you had a wonderful time felting with us. Got that light right in my face. Get back, you. All right. So we hope you had a very informative, learned a lot about needle felting maybe, and maybe you want to pick it up, maybe not. But it's a fun and I think pretty easy, wouldn't you say, Azalea? It's not a difficult craft at all, but you just have to be patient. A lot of these things have a lot of patience, that is necessary to do these crafts. So I know I'm so sweaty. I'm like, wow, these cameras are so. Oh, Azalea, bring that list over. Laura wants to see that list.
All right.
All right, we're gonna get that list to you. Oh my.
What's going on?
Don't worry about that. Okay, get that list in here.
Wait, I don't know what I'm doing here. All right. Here we go. There's the whole list. We got Lori at the top. I'm trying to position it so it's clear and close up. And then it goes down. It's easier to show when the camera's flipped, but this is fine. There we go.
Looks like you have it.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will see you on Sunday.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us.